Hey guys, it's Theo and Jackie.
Hello.
Welcome back to another Through the Lens Quickie.
Cameras with that.
That is
Yeah,
the camera. I'm also talking, yeah.
Oh yeah. Thought you looked at that one.
Anyhow, we are doing Quickies.
Yes, we are.
Yes, we are. And that Quickie is High School Musical, the musical, the series, season 3,
Yay.
senior year. That's not funny.
Does it have a subtitle?
No, I don't think so.
Camp, whatever camp the name.
Friday the 13th.
Camp. What's that show? Rock Camp?
Or let's say School of Rock. No, it's Camp Rock.
Camp Rock.
Yeah, we'll call it that. That's not, yeah. Anyhow, we are back with this season. We watched it a month ago, maybe, whenever the season ended. This season was essentially about the gang, well, most of the gang, going off to this camp where they do a little bit of a Camp Rock homage, but also like they're performing Let It Go, which is weird because if you remember what happened at the end of last season, they said that they're going to put on the musical of Frozen like at school, and then that got retconned in this season.
Yes, it did.
So like that's a little bit strange. A little bit.
They had a change of heart.
Yeah. It stars pretty much the same people,
except
for a couple of new characters that we meet at the camp. A surprising cameo. Are we doing full spoilers in this one? Because it's already been out for a while. We might as well.
And elect of Olivia Rodrigo.
Yeah, we'll talk more about that, I guess. We go pros first, right? Is that how we typically do this?
Yeah, we do pros.
All right. What did we like about this season? Dig deep.
It's a camp. Camps are cool.
Yeah.
Jaden Smith.
Oh yeah, this character. She kept calling Jaden Smith because he was like not
He vaguely looks like Jaden Smith, not because we're racist, because he has the same face structure, you know.
But also because his character was like not interacting with the rest of the kids and like kind of
because he's thinking about the socioeconomic state of the world, exactly. So he has better things to think about.
Yeah, and yeah, he was a cool character, I guess. I think all of the additions this season of characters were good. I don't really have negatives about the actual new characters. They're all pretty likable.
I'd say the negatives is about the old characters.
Yeah, and we'll talk more about that when we get to negatives. But yeah, I think the second half of the season's much better than the first half.
Yeah,
the drama ramps up a lot, and when the drama gets going, it actually gets like more interesting. They do a frustrating thing where they'll not have characters we like Big Red and the teacher and stuff. Yeah. But they show up at the end, and when they show up, I think it's like good. But it also almost feels like it's a cameo. I don't know.
Yeah, so Big Red, country guy. What's his name?
Oh,
Carlos' boyfriend.
Yeah, Ryan. No, that's.
We forgot his name.
Brother. What do I think? Yeah, the dude who played Sharpay in the first season, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Olivia and teacher and Miss M.
Olivia Rodrigo's, her appearance is strange because she's in the start, and then she kind of disappears from the show, and she's at the end. So I assume the way they shot her seasons would have been just shoot all the Olivia Rodrigo stuff first, so let it go. That's probably the way they did it. Because unfortunately, this is the final Olivia Rodrigo season of High School Musical, and we will give you our thoughts when we get into the negatives, I guess, because there's only negative things to say about that. But any more positive stuff? Oh, I like Chad, the actor.
Oh, Mr. Said. I don't remember his name.
It escapes my mind, but I like his inclusion, and I like the meta narrative.
Yeah,
that was pretty creative.
Oh yeah, because they're like Disney Plus show. We're a Disney Plus show.
Yeah, and they do that premiere, I think, at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah, so good stuff there.
On to the bad
Back
stuff.
to the bad stuff, because is it safe to say we didn't like this season?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I did.
No, I'll say, like, I think the second half is like watchable, but the first half is kind of fucking. Like, let's just, we'll go through some stuff. Like, firstly, if you remember the storyline from the end of the last season about Ricky's girlfriend,
Mm-hmm.
I completely forgot about that by the end of the show, because
Yeah.
it is over and done with within the first 5 minutes of that first episode, and it's done like really
Yeah.
poorly. I honestly don't even remember the exacts of it, but he finds out that she did the scummy thing of taking the harness and stuff. But like,
And then
I don't.
just generally she's a shit person, and it's like, oh my god, you're shit.
But like, we already knew that.
Yeah,
Well,
but
I mean, as an
he
audience, I
already knew
guess.
that from the get
Yeah,
go. But
they had no chemistry or anything.
yeah,
So like, we're like, why are they even together?
yeah. So
Yeah,
like, I guess it's a fucking writing mishap from last season that
yeah.
they tried to, like, I guess.
The first episode of this season was absolutely a mess. It was like, oh, Olivia Rodrigo was in it briefly, and she's kind of going off to do her own story arc that isn't an arc. Like, it's literally not even a fucking arc, because she
It's
literally
just a
just
send off.
leaves
Yeah.
after one song in one episode. Yeah, half the cast on in this season, and that's kind of fucking ridiculous, to be honest.
Yeah, like,
And
why
it's
did
not
they
even.
even
It's not
go?
like. I guess it's done in the story reasons to further the characters, that like Big Red's girlfriend, further her character more, but like at the expense of not having Big Red in the season. Because like, yeah,
Yes.
her arc wouldn't have worked with Big Red there, but like,
But then again, like, what's the point of her arc?
it's just her personal journey or something. But like,
It doesn't relate
the
to
thing,
anything
yeah,
else in
the
the
thing
story.
is with this season, because Olivia is leaving and stuff,
Yeah.
and like, so they had to pretty much. That's, I think, why they got Ricky to like break up with the girl, because they needed to get him back into like the
Gina
love
mode.
triangle with Gina and
Yeah.
stuff, because the show really has no direction of where they're going right now.
Yes.
And this season's just a bunch of character arcs that
Mhm.
don't really work that well together. Some are more interesting than others. I will give credit where credit's due. I think the Gina, Ricky, and
EJ.
EJ drama is pretty good. That's probably my highlight of the season.
It did make me angry, so it's probably good.
Yeah. And they've kind of returned EJ to being like a dick, I guess. Like the season 1 EJ-ish. Like, not as bad, but
It's just
like,
like, he's preoccupied,
it's pretty, yeah. I did always like Ricky and Gina as the better couple anyway, but then no, I think EJ did step up a lot in season 2.
I think EJ deserved better.
Yeah, we'll see what happens in season 4, because this got renewed again.
They did fuck.
Yeah, the ending of the show was fucked. Like, it just ended abruptly with like stuff still going on. So it feels like it's half a season or whatever. Like, do you remember the ending? How it just like ends? They have the interview thing. All
No,
that
yeah,
stuff gets revealed, and then nothing happens. It just ends.
yeah.
I don't know. Um, what else? What else? I don't know. It was just, the first half was really fucking boring, because there's just no drama. Like, the tension is between the group and the cinematographer, who tries to come and fuck everything up, I guess. But he's not
Yeah.
very compelling. Like, I don't even like.
Just
I
a
don't give a
guy.
shit. He's just a guy there. We really want to see Big Red. We didn't get him till the end.
I guess the main conflict is EJ's like, being preoccupied to make the musical like the best thing, so he doesn't disappoint his dad.
Yeah.
And the love triangle.
Which sort of, yeah. Though, like, it's weird because Olivia Rodrigo is the main character of the show.
Used to be. No,
Yeah,
now
and
it's
so like
EJ and Ricky.
this season was just fucking weird, because she's literally like barely even a side character. She's pretty much a cameo.
Yeah.
And the way they wrap up her arc, where she comes back speaks to like one of the characters and then disappears. She didn't even say bye to EJ properly, which I feel like even though they broke up and stuff, they should have had some sort of a moment there.
They're still friends.
Because like they're yeah, and like their love story, I guess, is the central plot of these seasons. Like that, well, not this season, but the first two seasons, yeah. And like thematically, that's why this season just doesn't feel like the other seasons because it doesn't have any thematic connection.
Yes,
and like it loses a lot of that.
I mean,
stuff that made the first two.
It's good. Even like a thing where the camp is where Olivia and EJ met.
Yeah.
So like that's a thing.
That could have been interesting drama and stuff as well.
Mm-hmm.
And nothing.
But no, because Olivia leaving, so they're like, no.
Yeah. Pretty underwhelming stuff with that. The music this season wasn't that good in my opinion.
Just Frozen songs.
It was Frozen songs. The original songs were pretty bad.
Yeah.
The occasional piano ballads were okay, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And the covers were alright.
Going back a bit to the character arcs.
Yeah.
The character arc for Jaden Smith is actually kind of interesting.
Yeah.
They could have just focused on that.
Well,
but that's not about the main cast
because
again.
It's not about the main cast. Yeah. Like, it's a good subplot. That's why I think the new characters are better developed in this season because they actually get a lot of screen time.
Yeah.
Their own arcs and stuff. Including his sister gets an arc as well. And it's pretty good, I think. With JoJo Siwa showing off and all that jazz.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, JoJo Siwa cameo.
Yeah. Just, I don't know. I don't see why they needed to have a thing with the Big Red relationship drama. Like, I don't see why we need that.
Just to diss on Big Red, bro.
Yeah, it just feels like, yeah, I don't know. He wasn't even in this season, man. It's just like,
it's a backstab.
Yeah.
For real.
I don't know. And now the documentary stuff, the way the show is presented, is just getting weirder by each season. It gets even more not making sense.
Inconsistent meta shit.
I don't know. This season just made me appreciate the first season more because the first season's honestly like pretty fucking good
compared to this one. Yeah.
Yeah, because I gave it pretty high score, but I just put it probably even higher than I rated it. I'd put that season at like a 8 or 9, unless I already did that, which I actually might have.
Probably
did. It's a very good season. Season 2, though it wasn't as good, it still had a lot of the DNA of that season, which is why. But this one, nothing really. Yeah,
well, they tried to go to a new direction without Olivia, and it didn't work.
Yeah. So and it makes me a bit worried for next season.
Yeah, what are they gonna do next time? You know,
they need to sit down in the writers' room and be like, okay, we need a new direction to the show. Which I'm thinking is they're just gonna focus on Gina, and Ricky's thing.
Richard.
EJ technically doesn't even need to be in the show anymore.
Yeah,
because he's going off. He might be going off on his own thing.
So like basically, this season just made me hate Richard even more. So
really, I thought this season redeemed him more. They kept putting him in like a better light. Because he's back to being just like awkward Richard from the first season, you know? Where he kind of just like goes, oh, I'm here. Because he doesn't like directly do anything. He doesn't like directly do anything to intervene with the relationship between Gina and EJ. They mostly just fucking up themselves.
But I still like EJ.
It is a bit weird how Gina's like immediately like conflicted to her feelings towards what am I saying?
What are you saying?
He's the main character. Joshua Bass's character.
Richard?
Fuck, I'm losing my mind.
Yes,
I've barely slept. Yeah, I know. She's like immediately conflicted in her feelings towards him, even though she just broke up with EJ. I don't know. Happens a bit too quickly. Like this season, especially towards the end, it feels like a lot of build up for season 4. And that's my main criticism with like it feels like half a season. It's not really getting there.
Mm-hmm.
And the first half of the season kind of fucking sucked. So like, yeah.
All right.
Best part definitely was the performance of Fabulous by the pool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
High School Musical too.
I still think like this isn't the worst TV. It's all right.
It's below average.
This season is below average. I agree. I think like definitely the second half is entertaining enough for me to be like, you could probably watch it, but like, it takes a while to get there. Like, yeah, because like the EJ drama love triangle is more or less the central. Like the central plot is the group, because that's my main thing. Before this season, it was kind of like you had Ricky and mainly actually Nini as the main character, right? But this one, they're trying to do more of an ensemble cast approach and make all of the characters as interesting enough to have a sitcom out of, and it doesn't really work. So like that's why the central plot is actually the group versus the cinematographer and like them trying to put on a good show. But it's not. They just haven't built these characters enough to like them. Or if we do like them enough, like Big Red, they'll just like do a character assassination essentially and just like cut him out of the season.
That is true.
Yeah. Also, we got a bunch of new characters who had better arcs than the actual main character stuff.
Yeah.
So we'll see what they do in season 4.
More JoJo Siwa cameo.
Do you think like they'll all just wind up going to the same high school? They're like,
maybe,
Jaden Smith and sister, you were at our high school the entire time? What a coincidence.
Wow, we didn't notice you.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah. Should we just verdict time then?
We'll wrap it up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Worst season so far. If you like Camp Rock, I guess you can watch it. I give it a 3.
Yeah, a bit higher for me because I think it is watchable and not like the worst thing I've seen, but like it is about a 4. So like,
there you go, 3.5 for y'all.
Yeah.
Tell us what you think about season 4 in the comments below. Was it 3? 4?
Yeah, and give us your predictions for season 4.
Oh yeah. What would they do in season 4?
Yeah.
Write down your comments. And we'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.